Yeah, baby. Sunday with SWOLA160. Getting groovy, baby. What's up? What's up, everyone, and welcome to Sunday with SWOLA160. How are you guys doing? Holy shit, I'm in a good mood today. Oh, you have absolutely no idea. We have so much good shit to talk about today. And let's just start off immediately. Okay, take a look at this. How incredible is this guitar right here? This is a new X 2.6 Candy Apple Red with a Floyd Rose and a Duncan Solar Plus pickup right there. I mean, this is probably one of my favorite X shapes. You know, it only has a bridge pickup. How freaking cool is that? But wait, there's more. That's not all. I put it on the floor. I put it on the floor. That's okay. I own these. You know, this is my brand. I can't put the guitars on the floor. Don't worry about it. We also have this new one. This is a X 1.6 Floyd Rose with a black open pour like that. It has two pickups. It's still as awesome though. But also this week we saw the addition of another Chug guitars. You know, the special guitars that we make. And this one is called Desert Rose. And you might ask like, it kind of looks like the Pyro. Well, you know, it might look like the Pyro, but it's not the same. This one is sandblasted, so you have way more of a structure on this guitar than on the Pyro, for instance. And yeah, man, there's not much to say. These are limited, and they come with a molded case. You get a certificate of authenticity and all of that stuff in there. So yeah, man, a lot of new cool guitars, but also we have so much other things to talk about. Hades, awesome game. This past Wednesday, we saw the release of the Chug Project Volume 2, my second album using the Chug Project name. So it's out on all streaming platforms. You can watch it on my YouTube channel and listen to it, but Spotify, Apple Music, these nuts, and all of those other streaming platforms, it's all available there. What happened? The Electron stopped. And with that, we've also... Okay, let's not swing with the Electron today, okay? And with the release, we also started to ship out the pre-orders now. We're still waiting for the vinyls, and hopefully as you're watching this, we've received them. But, you know, vinyls, man. I don't know what it is about vinyls, but it's basically like vinyls are cursed. We got promised that they will be delivered at least this coming week, and for everyone who bought the Ultimate Edition of the album and the vinyl, we will start shipping them this week. So thank you so much for the patience. However, we did start sending out all the other things that don't include the vinyl. So if you got the Guitarist Edition, for instance, you will get now the Digipack. Look at that. How cool is that? You get a pick tin that looked like this with 6 guitar picks in it, and they all said Chug on it. And also new for this time is that obviously, you know, I'm not using the Tortex Jazz for recording bass, so I included 2 Tortex guitar picks. Those are the picks I use when I'm recording bass. Look at that, they say Chug on it. Snälla, summa. Yeah. Look at that, that's the full bass guitar pick right there. You get 2 of those, and then you get 4 of the regular Tortex Jazz 3. And then you get 4 of the Tortex Jazz 3 guitar picks in that pick tin right there. You also get the tab book, obviously, as well as a signed little flyer like this. Look at that, that's me as a Simpsons character right there. And you get a couple of stickers, like, will it chug? Oh, you can put it on your eyes, and you're like... An extra with the Ultimate Edition, you obviously get the vinyl, but you also get a t-shirt as well. The Chug Project t-shirt, it looks like that. Take a look at that. So with the Ultimate Bundle, you get a lot of stuff, man. You can still order all of these editions over at olaenglundshop.com. Thank you so much for the support. The ladies out there, they're working their asses off right now to get your order shipped out. So thank you so much for all the support. Thank you so much to the ladies that actually, you know, work in this place and not just sit around on their ass like me. You know? Also, if you think it's annoying that I'm talking about my, you know, my own music and all that, and, you know, trying to sell you stuff on my own videos, you know, this is my livelihood right there. So, you know, that's why I speak about it. I don't do sponsored videos. I don't do anything like that. This channel lives on because of people supporting and buying my music. So, you know, just so you understand. Thank you so much for the support. Again, the news. All right, this is actually a big deal for me. I think this is probably the news of the year for me personally. Mike Portnoy is freaking back into freaking Dream Theater. Holy shit! Portnoy will reunite with guitarist John Petrucci and bassist John Mayong. The trio formed the band at Berklee College of Music in 1985, along with longtime members vocalist James Labrie and keyboardist Jordan Rudess. Dream Theater will be going into the studio working on their 16th studio album, and the first with Portnoy since 2009. Black Clouds and Silver Linings. We have to read this. This is important. And here's a statement from Mike Mangini, the drummer that filled the slot for Mike Portnoy for you know, the past years. I understand Dream Theater's decision to get Mike Portnoy back at this time, states Mike Mangini. As was said from day one, my place was not to fill all the roles that Mike held in the band. I was to play the drums in order to help the band carry on. My main role of keeping our live shows working tightly on a nightly basis was an intense and rewarding experience. Thankfully, I got to experience playing music with these iconic musicians as well as some fun times laced with humor. I also really enjoy spending a lot of time with the crew. And then there's the Grammy win, which was amazingly satisfying. To the fans, thank you so much for being amazing to me. I cherish the picture I have of you all losing your minds and having fun. Finally, I really love the band, crew, and management. I wish them and the entire organization all the best. And obviously, everyone's thinking about, okay, dude, we all feel bad for Mike Mangini in this case. I mean, he was filling the shoes of Mike Portnoy, which is already at that point is extremely tough. Mike Mangini's drumming is otherworldly, and I'm extremely grateful for the time he spent with us in Dream Theater. I'm very proud of all the amazing music we made together that culminated into our first Grammy win last year and the countless magical moments that we shared on stage over the past 13 years. I wish him all the best of success in his future musical endeavors, explains John Petrucci. I'm incredibly excited to welcome Mike Portnoy back into Dream Theater as an original founding member, longtime friend, and incredibly talented and creative drummer. I know that his return will bring a renewed spirit, passion, and energy into Dream Theater that all of us, including our fans, will joyfully welcome. I can't wait to roll up our sleeves and get back into the studio together. And truth be told, I didn't think this was gonna happen. You know, I was shocked when I read this. I thought it was like an April Fool's joke or something. But you know, it has me really happy because I'm personally a very big fan of Mike Portnoy's drumming. I'm not saying that Mike Mangini is a bad drummer or anything. He's an excellent drummer, but Mike Portnoy is the drummer for Dream Theater. No questions asked. Something that I thought was a little bit lost when Mike Portnoy left the band in the first place was the actual groove of the band. I mean, the Dream Theater, they had groove back in the day. Do you remember this? When I went to the first show that Mike Mangini was playing with Dream Theater, you know, it was technically freaking perfect, in my opinion. Like, you know, it's basically a mechanized band at that point. I was still missing the groove that Mike Portnoy brought into the band. And I think maybe a little bit of the writing dynamics changed, obviously, you know, now that John Petrucci was not having Mike Portnoy to bounce on and off ideas with. So I'm extremely excited to see if they can get that going again. Maybe they can go back into the studio and battle a little bit about it, you know, and that will create this dynamic that, you know, was pre-Mike Mangini. But the main thing that I will enjoy the most is just to have the Mike Portnoy groove back into the live shows and the music. Portnoy was a very important part to make Dream Theater stand out among all these prog bands, in my opinion. He really brought the groove going. It made it sound more like a, you know, a rock and metal band than, you know, the progressive metal band. With Mike Portnoy, it was way more rock and roll, and, you know, it felt more alive. Incredible news. I can't wait to watch them live again. I'm so incredibly happy as a Dream Theater fan right now. You have no idea. Awesome. Job For A Cowboy announced new album Moon Healer and unleashed its first single, The Forever Rot. Okay, this new record is looking to be a concept album of sorts with a sound that's just as much brutal and uncompromising as their previous work. With a new lineup featuring the likes of frontman and co-founder Johnny Davey, Tony, Al, Nick, and Naveen. Okay, the band sounds like they're ready to go. Let's listen in on some Job For A Cowboy. And there it is, the audible bass. You know, there's not too many bands that have this right now, but a lot of these like deathcore bands, they're, you know, some of them, they have this really jazzy sounding bass happening. I personally enjoy this because you can hear the bass. The band Obscura also does this. You know, it's a little bit more progressive, you know. Dude, that's such a clear production right there. I can hear everything in this. Who mixed this? Does it say? They will release their full album on February 23, 2024, so see you next year. Some exciting news is that Gojira has a lot of new ideas for the next album. I have a feeling it is going to be heavier, says Mario Duplantier. What? The quote of the century right there. I think it's going to be heavier. That's what everyone says about the new album. No, but, you know, when Gojira is saying it, you know, I might actually believe it. Asked if there is a lot of difference between this new material and the songs on Fortitude, Mario said, I almost want to say yes, it's different. It's a bit early to say, but I have a feeling it's going to be heavier. Joe Duplantier is saying, in regards of the writing process for this new material, is that right now I feel like I squeezed myself like a lemon for the album Fortitude, and I have nothing left in the tank, he explained. I believe that the slow process is best for us. Some bands just pump out new music with lightning speed, and from what I've seen with a few bands, it's not a good vibe. In fact, it's very stressful and can cause bands to implode. I want to take it slow and do the very best that we can do when it comes to writing music and lyrics. So I don't mind waiting a little bit longer for a really, really good Gojira album. So please, guys, take your time. But it's nice to know that you're working on things. There's absolutely no reason for me to feature this video. It's on Metal Injection. The reason why I wanted to watch this is because this guy is apparently an Evangelion fan. And I was thinking, why not watch this video where he's going to an anime expo? This band is called Health. Never heard about him before, but let's just check him out, I guess. You know, I guess that's Health right there. Is he dressed up as Asuka? And while we're watching this, I figured we would talk a little bit about the future of Sunday with Ola. The Sunday with Olas has always been kind of like, you know, the formula has been the same, but what type of segments in the Sunday with Ola has kind of shifted a little bit. You know, what was first the news has kind of like become a little bit too big, in my opinion. And also, news is just absolute shit right now. So I kind of want to revert back a little bit to make the news segment a little bit shorter and try to fill out the rest of the Sunday with Ola with other segments that has kind of gone lost, for instance. So I'm just giving you a warning. There might be a little bit of a switcheroo here and there in the Sunday with Olas, but I feel it's going to be healthy for the future of the series. And just, you know, I need to switch up as well, just to keep it exciting for myself. I mean, I don't want this to become a thing where I feel like, oh, I need to record a Sunday with Ola again. Oh, let's look up some news. I don't want it to become stale. So I want to switch it up a little bit and, you know, try and bring out a couple of different segments back. Like in this one, I'm bringing back Riff of the Day. Hopefully you remember what that was, and hopefully I do too. But, you know, I'm trying to bring out some segments, trying to do more adventures with Ola, and try to, you know, keep the Sunday with Olas a little bit more exciting. So if you notice a difference in the Sunday with Ola, it's maybe because there is a difference. Also, I wanted to backtrack a little bit to the last Sunday with Ola when I was checking Reverb, the music sales site, and you know, I was watching and trying to find cool guitars, and I saw this one, the ESP Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Classic Sonic Edition, and I was ready to purchase this guitar if it was available, and then I said I wouldn't feel good to send this guy my pre-order money right now. Well, it turns out I met this guy. You know, I've actually been to this store when I was with Washburn. This guy contacted me and offered to help me out with pre-ordering a Sonic the Hedgehog guitar. So I feel terribly bad. about this because I don't remember his face. Digging through my brain a little bit, obviously I got up to speed with me being there, and I had a Washburn Solar there that I signed that's in the store still, I think, and the store was absolutely amazing when I was there. So thanks to Dan, I pre-ordered this guitar, the ESP Sonic the Hedgehog 3 Classic Sonic Edition, and I'm extremely excited. They expect it to arrive in July next year. That's a long wait, but dude, it's Sonic the Hedgehog, man. Both me and my son are incredible Sonic the Hedgehog fans, so, I missed out on the earlier Sonic guitars, and I figured, like, I got to have this one. So sometime next year, I will have this guitar, and I'm gonna make an insane review with it, okay? So I'm looking forward to that. By the way, that was the news segment right there. Ha!
Who's up there? You won't escape that way!
Alright, Adventures with SWOLA. Take a look at this painting of pics, by the way. Oh. Tonight I'm going to Jared James Nichols' show in Stockholm. I'm excited. I'm actually extremely excited because I have a new piece of merch that I'm extremely proud about. Look at that. And I was thinking of starting to sell these on the website. Look at this. Hey, anyways, now I'm heading off to go watch him play a show in Stockholm. I'm excited. It's the right place. shit, how good was that? Oh my god. And he wore my t-shirt too. We were all in a jack-off team tonight. Oh, that made me so happy. Holy shit. It was good. There you go. Holy shit. Jared James Nichols. Holy shit, man. What a player. Just take a look at that bastard. He's like a Superman hero version of me. Everything's better. He's younger. He's more muscular. He's an insane guitar player. He's just taller. Everything's better with him. You know, I basically had to tell the people at the office not to look at him because, you know, they're gonna fall in love or something. Jared was here for Coffee with Ola. That video will be up this coming week. Be sure to check it out. Also, this t-shirt, the Jack-Off t-shirt, is also available now from olenglundshop.com. Please purchase it together with the Chug Project album #2. We can all be Jack-Off brothers. You know, how about that? Thank you. Riff of the day. Ha! Riff of the day is back. Remember this? I barely remember what it is actually, but I think I had it in a couple of Sunday with Olas a long time ago where I basically just showed a riff. You know, really, really good riff. And to top off this segment, you know, since we're starting to do it again, I figured we would do a kick-ass Pantera riff. And when it comes to Pantera, there's a lot to choose from. Maybe I'll just rename the segment to Pantera Riff of the Day. I figure we will start off this segment again with the riff, the intro riff from Clash of Reality from Cowboys from Hell. And the good thing about this riff is that it's in standard E. So basically 90% of you guys out there can play it right now. Pick up your guitar, let's go. The riff goes like this. So standard E, it starts on the 2nd fret and the 4th fret, okay? So slow, it's 5-4-2, and then it's 5-4-2 on the other string and the A string. So 5-4-2, and then 2 on the E string. That's the first half. Second half. So you have that little dime bag lick right there. So that's 6th fret to 4th fret on the G string and the D string. And in between, I like to bring in open string on the D string. So we have, and then it's 6, 4, and then 6, 5 on the A string. So we have, and then we have a bend on the 4th fret on the A string. And land on the 2nd fret. There you go, simple as hell, right? And then you end off with a or something. So there you go, a little riff of the day right there. I'm actually using this. It's the Positive Grid Spark into the Positive Grid Cab right there. I'm just trying that out. Eventually I'll make a test of that. So there you go, back to Ola. All right, that has to be it for Sunday with Ola for today. Sunday with Ola 160. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. Again, if you want to support what we're doing here, Chug Project album #2. You can get the Ultimate Edition, the Guitarist Edition, but you can also get a CD or just a vinyl by its own. But you only get the patches and the autographed cards and all that with the Guitarist Edition or the Ultimate Edition. So I would recommend getting the Ultimate Edition or the Guitarist Edition if you're into that. There won't be a live stream tomorrow. This coming week is like a holiday week for my kids, like an autumn break kind of thing. I will be all busy with my kids this week, but I will have a live stream checking out your music on Thursday, so that will still happen. It's just tomorrow on Monday I will be gone, basically. Thank you so much for all the support, you guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you for sticking with me, you know, and I've been doing this for so long now. You know, it's kind of insane. But I'm still doing it, you know? So I'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Goodbye.